We're in Italy now, but while Switzerland is still top of mind, I figured I'd share what our itinerary was, since I feel like it worked pretty well for us as a family with 2 young kids, and if anyone else is going out there this summer, in the fall, whenever, it could be useful. So for context, we have a 2-year-old and an almost 6-month-old, and we had 3 full days in Switzerland, plus travel days before and after. And we stayed in Lucerne the whole time, and it was fantastic. I would 100% recommend going there, whether that's your only stop or if you're making multiple stops. For sure, put that on your list. Now, we got in the first day, Thursday, and we landed at like 4:30 at the airport, and by the time we got to Lucerne and to our hotel, it was already 6:30. So the first day was a wash. We just got dinner by the hotel and tried to keep it easy and hope for the best for the sleep night. But then the next day, Friday, the one thing I for sure 100% recommend you do if you're in Lucerne is go to the National Transportation Museum. I'll put the actual name of it on this video below because I'm not going to try to butcher that pronunciation, but 1000%, if you have young kids, go there. It was so freaking cool and so fun. And I recommend doing it the very first day. The reason is it's easy. It's like a mile north or a mile clockwise around the river, around the lake. If you have a terrible night of sleep because of jet lag, doesn't matter, you can go late. If you wake up early, ready to rock, you can go early. If you're having a blast, you can stay for 5 hours. If the kids are being fussy, you could stay for 1, right? You really have a lot of flexibility with it, which is why I think it's a perfect first day activity. But also it's really unique and honestly, the coolest museum I've ever been to. It just feels like they put trains and planes and cars and buses around this huge courtyard and then dropped a bunch of like scooters and bikes for the kids to play with in the middle. It's incredible. So that's what we did the first day. And then we got a little bit overzealous, I feel like, and we decided to do a boat tour on the lake that evening. Looking back, that probably wasn't the right move. We got done later than we wanted to. By the time we tried to get dinner after, it was probably 7:38. Kids were getting fussy and we were just sort of stuck. So I would recommend probably do the museum and then keep it casual the rest of the day. Day 2, we went up to Mount Pilatus, and 1000% again recommend doing that. Good day trip activity. It's only like 15 minutes by bus away from the city. You get there, you take a gondola up to the top. There's a really cool toboggan you can do. There's some slides and park for the kids. There's a rope course if your kids are old enough to do that. Incredible views, restaurants, beer, wine, whatever. And you take a second gondola up to the very top where you get these really cool overlooks over the mountains and snowy tops, and there's some hiking and trails you can do depending on the age of your kids. But again, from start to finish, we were probably gone from the hotel for 4 hours, which is a really doable day trip regardless of the age of your kids. And again, if you're not having a good time, you can take the gondola down at any time you want, get back to your hotel. And then that night, maybe you have enough time to do a true dinner reservation and kind of really formalize that part of the process. And day 3, there's actually like a fair, it felt like the county fair for Lucerne, but there's a name for it, Luga Fair. And we got lucky that the timing happened to be going on when we were there. But if that wasn't going on, we probably would have spent the day doing some sort of lake activity, whether that's renting a boat or taking a boat tour, boat taxi, and kind of bopping around the different sections of the lake and kind of using day 3 to get on the water and explore from that perspective. It worked really well for us. Every single day I felt like it had the right amount of activities minus the first day. It was split up into like very different types of activities, from the museum to the mountains to then the water. So yeah, if you're going to Lucerne and you have a couple kids or kids in the age range anywhere from like a couple months to probably 15, that's what I recommend. Definitely hit the museum, hit the Mount Pilatus, and then get on the water. Great trip. Definitely go. We'll be here.